Oliveira just made a huge announcement, and wow, it's bold. He says he's going to knock out Ilia Topuria when they meet at UFC 317 for the vacant lightweight title. Speaking in an intense interview with Full Violence, Charles didn't hold back. It's a great fight. He's a great fighter, he admitted, but then came the fire. I don't need to prove anything to anyone about who I am. This fight is a huge opportunity. I will knock this guy out, that's for real. Meanwhile, over in Dagestan, MMA legend Khabib Nurmagomedov has opened a brand new training center in his hometown. And guess what? It turns out Conor McGregor actually paid for it. Yes, you read that right. Khabib posted a powerful message on his Instagram story. The post read, "Once upon a time in America, I participated in the biggest rivalry in martial arts history. I beat the guy I didn't like, and he paid for it. When I came back home, I invested that into this beautiful land in Dagestan. This training base has a story. I want to add, these investments won't make money. I never had that goal. My goal was different." And now the MMA world is buzzing about Jon Jones again. Fans are demanding he be stripped of his heavyweight title after he made some pretty laid-back posts on X, formerly Twitter. One user asked how it feels to be retired. Jon replied, "I don't know if I'd call it retired. I feel like I'll always have the ability to pop out and show 'em. I've had many breaks in my career. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. I'm genuinely enjoying life. I'm growing in different ways." Another fan replied to Jon, "Enjoying life is all that matters at the end of the day," and Jon simply said 100%. But not everyone was feeling the love. Top replies included things like, "Stop holding the belt hostage, vacate it, old man. Just give up your title so Aspinall can fight for it." Even Luke Thomas got involved, reposting a brutal message when George St-Pierre started talking like this. They stripped the belt that same night. Ariel Helwani chimed in too, sarcastically saying, "Another day, another post from Johnny Meat. He said it a million times, it's time to move on, let's get Tom a fight." If Jon Jones had just retired in November after beating Stipe, none of this mess would be happening. Tom Aspinall, who's been waiting in the wings, opened up on Demetrious Johnson's podcast. His words were raw. He said getting injured in front of everyone was tough and the rehab took a year. But right now, he says this is the hardest time mentally. "I've been almost a year inactive and there's nothing happening, no fight lined up, just waiting. That's hard, man." Now, let's talk about the bantamweight division. It's heating up like crazy. Merab Dvalishvili just trolled Sean O'Malley in a hilarious Instagram skit. They're set to rematch for the title at UFC 316. Merab posted, "You can have your jacket back, but you ain't getting my belt." After Jose Aldo's recent loss to Ayman Zahabi, fans were furious. They felt the UFC had mishandled Aldo's matchups, especially this late in his career. But Aldo surprised everyone by praising the UFC. In an interview with Ariel Helwani, Aldo said he's got no regrets. "I'm only grateful and thankful to Sean Shelby for the matchmaking. It's always a show no matter who the opponent is." Aldo explained that he never wanted super fights just for entertainment. He said if he fought older guys like Cruz, it would mean he'd given up on his dream to be champion. "I trained, I worked, I always wanted to be a champion." Meanwhile, Belal Muhammad is back in the gym after losing his welterweight belt to Jack Della Maddalena.
Straight punches. Speed, eso.
And now a bold claim from Chael Sonnen. He said Ilia Topuria would beat Islam Makhachev. According to Chael, Ilia's boxing and grappling could seriously trouble Islam.
"I was very disappointed that we didn't get Ilia versus Islam. One last fight and then he moves up." What did you think? What did you think about it all?
Me too. I think I would like to watch Islam and Topuria, and I think right now, I think Ilia Topuria would beat Islam Makhachev.
Wow.
I think so.
You think he knocked him out like he did in 145?
Man, we know it's very hard to knock Volkanovski out. You know how good Volkanovski showed up on his last performance against a very dangerous guy. You know, Volkanovski, he looked on his prime again. He did the 5 rounds. Man, And Max Holloway just went to the lightweight division on the beginning of the last year, knocked one of the most dangerous guys in the division, and then got back to 45 and got knocked out by Topuria. So that shows Topuria is, I think he's the real deal. And I think with his grappling and like the way he moves his head and his boxing, I think he would impose a lot of trouble to Islam Makhachev. But now it's just speculation. We're not gonna see that fight anytime soon. So let's see what Charles and Topuria gonna do.
But René Rea sees things differently. He believes Dricus du Plessis could finish Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. Reada has trained with both fighters and feels confident in Dricus. I think Dricus will win. Khamzat's not going to finish him early. Dricus keeps going, he gets better every round. He broke it down. I could see Khamzat maybe taking him down in rounds 1 or 2, maybe even getting to his back. But Dricus, he's got that volume, that gas tank. I could see him finishing in the 4th or 5th. Meanwhile, Robert Whittaker is tired of waiting for John Jones versus Tom Aspinall to happen. He says Tom should move on to another opponent. I don't even understand how John is still champion.
Honestly, who cares now?
Yeah, true.
Like, I'm done. I'm done with waiting. It's like, yeah, it's like Elder Scrolls 6, dude. It's just like, you know what I mean? Just, you gotta have to play something else, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm done. And honestly, everyone nagging him and poking at him and trying to get clips and stuff is worse for me. Like, they're like, yeah, it's way worse for me. It's just, I'm done with that too. I'm just done. I think,
I get it.
I don't know how Jones still holds the title, honestly. Like, I know I mentioned when we first started speaking about this many moons ago, how I was like, no one's stripping Jones. You can't do that to him. But mate, come on, you're taking the piss now. you're taking the piss now, bro. I was like, but let just, I don't know, how long's it been since Tom's fought last?
Man, almost a year. Almost a year. It's actually insane.
Fighting. I want him to fight Volkov.
At the Alf Reality House, Yoel Romero and Jorge Masvidal are helping coach John Jones for his showdown against Nate Diaz. Yoel even posted a clip of himself in an ice bath and fans were amazed. The man is 48 years old and still in incredible shape.
MashaAllah, brother! Alhamdulillah! Alhamdulillah!
Next, Roman Dolide opened up about almost being cut from the UFC before his last fight against Anthony Smith. Roman had lost back-to-back fights and he knew his job was on the line. But he came back strong, defeating Anthony by unanimous decision.
If I would lose, UFC would say bye-bye, Roman.
You were taking those fights that you feel, Robert should be taking with you. Now it's your turn to get someone to, give you the same opportunity because you've done it for long enough.
It was very dangerous also when I took the Smith's fight because I had 2 in a row lost and it was different division. Smith was from win over the very good guy. For me, I landed in Vegas 5 days before fight. Jet lag, all this stuff, and it was very dangerous for me because probably if I would lose, the UFC would say bye-bye, Roman. I need to take these risks just to prove, listen, I'm capable to do anything, but what makes sense. I couldn't choose nothing because I was in 2 fights losing streak. I will fight anybody, no problem, I will prove.
Now back to the upcoming bantamweight war at UFC 316. Sean O'Malley is locked in for his rematch against Merab Dvalishvili. And this time there's a special twist. His coach Tim Welch revealed that none other than Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson has been training with them. Tim posted photos on Instagram and wrote, "Awesome having Mighty in the new academy." Mighty Mouse even commented, "It was a great time, thank you for the hospitality and holding pads for me." And the tension just exploded in the Islam Makhachev vs Chael Sonnen saga. Chael recently said Islam's move up to welterweight to fight Jack Della Maddalena wasn't brave, it was cowardly. But Daniel Cormier clapped back hard. DC said Chael totally missed the point and broke down exactly why Islam's move is actually legendary.
Here's where I disagree with Chael. He had been having his eyes on 170. This isn't something new that Makhachev was talking about. And how about the fact that people constantly call Islam, they called me, or anyone that cuts weight weight bullies. What about now that he's going up and he's going to fight in a weight class that most of you say is more suited for his size? How is that not doing exactly what people have called for years? Well, he's so good only because he cuts so much weight. If he weighs that much, he should do well against those people that are much smaller than him. How about now? And Jack Della Maddalena is as tough as anyone in the UFC. He's an amazing fighter. So not only are you going up to fight at a weight class more suited for you in the eyes of the people that ingest this thing, but you're also going up to fight a guy that just beat a person that you said, I don't really want to fight him, we share management, we're friends. He just beat that person. He beat that person convincingly also. A person that also shares the same type of wrestling ability or same type of skill set as you do. How's that not courageous? That's why I disagree with my boy Chael.
New training footage of Islam Makhachev has also dropped, and fans were quick to notice he's looking bigger than ever. He's definitely bulking up for that welterweight move. And then boom, Islam fired back at Chael Sonnen on X. He posted, "Chasing hyper money is not the same as chasing greatness in the sport, but an average athlete who built his way to the top with cheap trash talk won't understand that. So please sit and watch how others are doing it. Uncle Chael."